that done it? Is it? It's working! It's working again! We are up and running! Hello, me lads and lovelies! Captain Edward von Arkham here, coming to you once again from on board the MHS Hysteria. We are returned from parts unknown, and what a strange and arduous journey it has been! As you may remember, the crew and I were minding our own business, quite literally, when all of a bleeding sudden a massive gaping wormhole opened up around us. Even for the Hysteria, this is not something that happens every day. We rushed to avoid being swallowed up, but we were not swift enough and were sucked inside the wormhole. For those of you without at least a rudimentary understanding of quantum physics, allow me to clarify. A wormhole is essentially a breach in the fabric of space-time. The hole itself is the portal to a trans-dimensional tunnel between universes. In this instance, between our world and, well, not our world. For you see, we were sucked into the tunnel, but we never found out where it led. Mainly because, at the time, we didn't want to find out. Travel through a wormhole is usually instantaneous. However, I was able to use the eternity clock to slow the passage enough for us to navigate with relative ease. However, the rate of fluctuation in the tunnel's frequency was so erratic that it became nearly impossible for us to see where we were going. And so, it took a while for us to find our way home. I like to think of it as taking the scenic route. The first dimension we landed in was one in which the planet was inhabited entirely by sentient trees. An interesting world, but not ours. We were able to return to the wormhole by going back to the exact moment when it opened using the eternity clock. The next universe we ended up in was one in which Shakespeare was never born. And that was lethally boring. After that, there was a lovely world in which everything was exactly the same, except that India was called Douglas, and sponges were used as common currency. Other than that, no difference. Then there was the underwater world, the world where everyone worships a giant wooden spoon, the world where Nikola Tesla married Ada Lovelace, the world with 15 continents, the backwards feet world, the world where birds have arms, the land of the iron artichoke, the world where Japan was the first to colonize North America, the world with gelatinous clouds, the world where all women have three... Yes, well, you get the idea. I lost count after a while, but eventually we found our way back to our home dimension, though the journey rather exhausted the Hysteria's instruments. We've gotten everything up and running again now, and then some, for our trans-dimensional misadventure proved the perfect opportunity for Augustus and I to research the science of wormhole manipulation. And we think we have a solution. Remember this? We found this dimensional anchor in an empty lab in Budapest, originally ticking away to crash our dimension into another, but I have modified it to be compatible with the eternity clock. More of a grappling hook than an anchor now, we can use it to hook onto the isolated event horizons of an alternate timeline and open a wormhole to the corresponding dimension. The Doctor and I believe it may help us find a direct route to the Universal Library. However, there is a question that still lingers in my hat. Where did that first tunnel come from? And what was on the other side of it? Ah, well, that's our time for today. I have much to do, and all of time to do it in. Until next time, stay mad, my duckies. The The world where mustaches can fly, the one where triangles are evil, the inside-out one, the one where the earth goes around the moon, the one where bees make mustard instead of honey, the one on the back of the giant turtle.